Hello, you guys. So I know it's kind of a little bit repetitive for me to post this and then later in the month post a reading vlog, like a mid April reading vlog, where I'm also saying what I read, but I wanted to make a TBR right here for people who just are interested in that, and a TBR for people because that's going to change. This is not going to change. These books I'm definitely going to read if I haven't read them. I'm going to read them, or if I haven't started out, I'm going to read them. In that vlog, I might, if I finish these books quickly, I might add on other books because I'm filming it in one go. Actually, why am I going to be doing that? I don't know why. Well, I'm not reading that many books. Maybe I should just make one. We'll see. See, you can see how my thoughts change every 5 seconds because I'm not thinking things through in the whole, because I'm already reading 2 books and I only need to read 2 more. So it ain't that big of a deal. And now you get to see how my brain works. So this is a very late April TBR. So first of all, let me open my Goodreads and check for my March wrap up because I want to do those together with, because I'm not reading that many books. And I haven't read that many books either. So last month was not a good month. It was something for sure. Let's see. Okay, so I got the first book in front of me. So here's the deal. I DNF'd loads of books. And I realized that I have some trauma to work through, and that is showing in my reading goals. Well, not goals. In my reading wrap up, that is definitely showing, and it's starting to get better because the world is kind of waking up again. It's just something that everyone, I think, feels when it is winter. A lot of us tend to feel more, I don't want to say depressed because that's an actual disorder, but that's also the best way I can describe how I feel. So that's that. We're not going to take this reading wrap up slash TBR into trauma dumping, but what we are going to do is we're going to talk about how bad my month was. And that's actually why I started these videos that I'm currently filming. I'm filming like 3 or 4 videos at a time. This one is going to be my second video. I'm going to try to post 2 videos today when I only just filmed the previous one. It's still downloading, and I'm filming this one now. So we're going to see how that goes. Basically, I tried to read Percy Jackson and Lightning Thief. It was a soft DNF for me because the book wasn't as gripping as I thought it would be, but nothing about the book was bad. Like, I wanted to read it, I just couldn't for some reason read it because it read very, very slowly, or not very, very slowly. I didn't have the emotional space for books, and that's going to show again in the next. So I read it from February to March. Basically, 2 months that I tried reading that book, from the beginning of the first month to the end of the next month, the 2 months after, I did not finish that book. You see how bad that is? You see how bad that was for me? And that kind of got me into the spiral of, I picked up a manga that reads pretty fast. Anyway, I'm Falling in Love with You. I read that in 5 days. I did not enjoy it. The Assassin's Blade, I started March 10th, and I DNF'd March 18th. 1 star. I'm glad my mom died. I'm not gonna rate that because in my head it's a 6-star book, but I don't want to rate that because it's her writing style is a 6 out of 10, but the story is not enjoyable because it's a story about abuse. It's a story about her mom dying and her not regretting that so much. Yes, she deals with grief, but she's basically telling us like, I am glad my mom died because this is now forcing me to work through this trauma. And I have worked through this trauma, but I still feel grief because although my mother was bad to me, I still get a lot of who I am from her, you know? So I really enjoyed the book. It was phenomenal. It had such a big impact on me. I can now cry when I think about that book. I'm sorry. I'm getting sick. The Brothers Hawthorne, March 26th, March 27th. It's a soft DNF for me. It's a 1 star because I DNF, but I did not enjoy the audiobook because I felt like it was pointless. And I think if I am gonna get the book physically and read it, I'm gonna get the point. So I might do like immersive reading to get myself into the story. Then Friends with Benefits was the last thing I finished. It was a 92-page novella before The Bangover, which is the first book in the Bangover series. I finished it in 2 days. It was amazing, although I thought sometimes the rock star, because it's a rock star romance, and I don't know what I'm gonna get in books because I don't read the blurb. I'm like, Friends with Benefits, yes. A half a star got subtracted, is the word in English. Subtracted because there was no banging. It was just friends with feelings. So that's why. And then another half got subtracted because sometimes I found the girl to be so like rock star that I'm like, you're just a fan at this point. You are just a fan of this man at this point. Yes, you're best friends, but you're also just like a fan, and you're clearly, sorry to say this way, but horny for each other. And you don't do anything about it. You're sitting there like, no, I'm not HORNY for him. Yes, you are. You're literally talking about his rear looking good in pants. Like, you're clearly, and they don't know that. So that's why another half a star got subtracted, because I was like, it's so clear. Please do something about it. And it has actual bang going on, because I was like flying through that book, trying to get to the bang, and there was not a bang. It was only seven chapters, with the last chapter being 3 pages. They're going downstairs, them confessing their feelings, but also being like, we're not gonna get together because we don't want to be ruining our friendship with a bang fits. And I'm like, honey, why is your book title that? And then March 30th, I started a book that I finished this month in April, Godkiller, which was the first book on my TBR. Then, which also was House of Arcane's buddy read. Yeah, I had to push through because I could not DNF, but I wanted to DNF. And then I stopped Aurelium, and I was reading Foul Play by Miriam Moose. I wanted to DNF. Now I could DNF because I was not in Aurelium anymore. I'm currently reading a Goosebumps book, Welcome to Dead House. It's reading pretty fast. I'm only at chapter 2, but I'm really enjoying the story. I thought it was going to be more like Spooky House, and it's more brother being weird, and something is about the brother, and I don't know what, and I want to find out. That's why I'm trying to talking like fast, but also I need to restart my sentence like 6 times because of that. A Curse to Dark and Lonely, I'm reading that. I'm 37 pages into it. I'm liking it, although I don't know how I'm feeling about 3 books, I guess, because the second book is also about the Beauty and the Beast retelling. I'm like, I don't know how much I like that, but I'm gonna push through. If I don't like the book, whatever. I just don't read the second one then, and the third one. I just don't read them. Then I have my buddy read for Rebecca coming on. It's not my buddy read, it's technically Nicole and Koda's, but I'm reading it with Nicole, Koda, and another person that is slipping my mind. For some reason, they're slipping my mind. Jamie. God, that took long. Jamie. I'm also reading that with Jamie next Wednesday. I just smacked my glasses with this book. So I'm reading that with Nicole, Koda, and Jamie. I'm gonna link their links down below, as usual, pretty much. I do that with all of my videos. Then, what is another book on my TBR? Done and Dusted. I'm keeping that so within a time period of Coachella, a friend of mine, Vanessa, is holding Smutella, and it's basically a cowboy themed romance readathon for just that time. Just for the time that Coachella is, you're reading, you can read whatever you want, but I'm reading Done and Dusted. I'm reading that with Vanessa as a buddy read, as well as Sam. Again, down below, all the people are down below. Go subscribe. We need to pump each other up, and we need to do the things, of course. And then, now, I hold my hands up because I'm like, I don't want to say that I'm gonna do this. I want to say that I want to do this. If I have time, I want to read the first Harry Potter, which I hope reads pretty fast. I got it on my Kobo. I hope it reads pretty fast, because if it does, I can fit it in. If not, it's gonna have to wait another month. So not this month, not the month after, but in June, which I've currently put it as. I'm gonna read a lot of books for a video that's coming out either end of May or beginning of June, because I have to read like 5 more books and 1 more manga for that. It's gonna be a whole thing. And after that, I'm gonna read, well, 3 books I really want to read, but I just don't have time to read those yet. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, I don't have time within the next month and a half. Well, I guess it's more than a month, like a month and some days, from now until basically the beginning of June. I don't have time. Then in June it's gonna be pretty busy with exams, and then I have another kind of thing that I need to go to every single day from 10 to like late in the evening, 9 p.m. So it's gonna be busy, but I also want to read. So we're gonna make it fit. I'm now gonna end this video because, dear David, I need to edit a lot of things. I need to edit that. All of the videos I basically mentioned, I still need to edit besides I think the only one is God Killer, is the video that's coming up in May. I still need to fill in that, or refilm that at least. So yeah, it has been something filming. Again, in such a long time not filming, but I hope it's good enough for my first official video back. And I will see you whenever I see you, basically. Go subscribe to me and my other people on the Bookish side of TikTok in the description box. Like this video, and I hope I see you next time. Bye!